Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about some journal entries which once you learn you will find it easy to do any kind of questions. Let's get started. So, first entry is about being business started. As you can see that business started, cash account debit to capital account being business started. This is the small information we write whatever entries we are doing, whether we are purchasing or whatever sort of things we are doing, we write little bit small information whatever we are doing. So this is how we start cash to capital. Always remember debit is written in TR. This is very basic and it will help you in solving any kind of questions. Then comes cash purchase. If in the question it is mentioned that the purchase is being done in cash, then you have to do this entry. Purchase account debit to cash account, and you have to mention that being goods purchase. Goods are being purchased over here, so that's why we have to mention it. Third comes credit purchase. Now, if there is no cash mention and name is mentioned that Ram has purchased goods, so you have to mention the name of the person who is purchasing goods. Okay, purchase account debit to Ram, purchase account debit to Gopal. Here are the names, and you have to write the same thing which we have mentioned over here. Then if you are selling, means you are selling your goods, so you have in cash, then you have to of course mention the same thing, cash account debit to sale account. But if in the entry there is no cash mention, then it will automatically be a credit sale. Same for your credit purchase. You have to remember this. If there is no cash mentioned and name of the person is mentioned, then it becomes a credit purchase or a credit sale. So you have to write the name of a person over here, then you have to write debit to sale account being goods but sold. Same over here, being goods sold. Now comes expenses paid. If you are paying any kind of expenses like rent, salary, wages, then you have to mention the expense name over here. Like if you are paying rent, then you will write rent account debit to cash account being expenses paid. It's not important to that cash is being mentioned in the question or the entry. You just have to know that if any kind of expenses are being paid, then cash will come here. Okay, there is no credit over here or anything like that. Okay, so don't get confused in this. If you have any inquiries or any doubts, you can ask me in the comments. Now comes income received. Now if you're receiving your incomes in the form of commission or interest, then you have to write cash account debit to commission account, cash account debit to interest account being income received. Very simple, very easy. If commission interest has been mentioned, then of course it is a income. So being income received or being commission received, being interest received, you have to write the name of the income. Okay, do not write income, write the income type, means it is commission, it is interest over here also and over here also. Then comes payment paid to a person. If you are paying payment to the person, then you have to write the name, then the debit to cash account being payment paid. Always remember that with a person name, debit can only be there, no account is written over there. Okay, if you are, then this comes if you are giving discount. Okay, if you are like paying the person but in discount, okay, the discount is given, so you have to write the name, debit to cash account to discount account. In the information in the bracket you will write being payment paid and account and discount allowed. Okay, then comes payment received by a person, so which is cash account debit to person's name being payment received. This is the same thing which we did over here, but over here it goes opposite. Cash account debit comes in the front, means in the above line, and in the below line it comes to the person's name, whichever person you are paying to, receiving from. Okay, over here we are receiving the payment, we are not paying the payment. And if the person is paying you but with discount like 15%, 5%, whatever, then you have to write cash account debit, discount account debit to the person's name. If you are now buying any kind of assets like buildings, machinery, whatever sort of thing, then you will mention the name of assets like building account debit to cash account being assets purchased, machinery account debit to cash account being assets purchased. Very simple, very easy. Now Now comes withdraw for personal use. If you are withdrawing the money from the bank for any kind of things, then you have to write drawing account debit to cash account, being withdraw for personal use. Whatever sort of reason you have, like for wedding or for anything, you have to mention here being withdraw for marriage purpose, being withdraw for personal use. But in most questions you will only have to mention about the personal use. Okay, then we have purchase return. If for example you have purchased something from anybody and now you're returning it, so how you will return it? Person's name, debit to purchase return. Okay, person's name will come here, for example Gopal, debit to purchase return account. Then comes sale return. If somebody is returning it to you, then it comes like sale return account debit to the person's name. Okay, this is the only thing we have discussed today. And if you want to see some questions, then I also have some questions for you. So on my screen I have tagged a question, and this is the answer to that question. As you can see, this is the answer. Okay,